Well, here we are again, Southern California, Westminster, at Taurus MMA with, of course, Paulo. Hey, we're back with another episode. It's been what, about a year since our last one?
Yeah, well, kind of a year, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
a little bit close by.
But this time we're going to do it different. We're going to have you call in. This is no joke, all right? And we're going to answer questions. So let's get ready. I think we got our first call. How's it going? Okay. We have Andrew from Minnesota. He's asking Paulo, can you explain who you are again? I know in the first episode we talked about it, but he wants to know, what have you learned so far closing out 2025 and going into 2026? Great question, Andrew.
All right. Well, for in my opinion, like 2025 was a very good year, very challenging year as well. You know, have a business is a different kind of not struggle, but different fight. You know, so it's not just about me at all. It's like all the students here are like family. So like some people have so many struggles, and we have to, like it's part of the process, it's part of the job to take care of them, physically and mentally. It's not about numbers. I don't treat my students as numbers. So I like to connect them to know what's going on. So this way, I have a little bit more on my plate, besides my family. But for me, this is the good struggle, because I don't face as a struggle. I face as like part of my job, and I like to do what I do. I learn a lot from my problems, my own struggles, and my friends, which are my students as well. And then from 2026, man, I feel so ready, I feel so like motivated. I feel it's gonna be a great year, even better than 2025. And I'm just looking forward for the challenge, it's how life it is.
Okay, I like that. So pretty much 2026, just to recap, what are we going into with your motto for here in the gym, and how can you take that to applying it outside the doors in your everyday life?
Well, like my plans are to grow, right? Like as a person and as a owner of the business, I want to hire more coaches. I'm working already for different companies to have to work in the advertising, to bring more students in a different way. Because I think in my opinion, everybody is advertising exactly the same way. And I would like to. I'm trying to find a different way, because I want to go in the same direction, but I don't want to advertise like everyone, 'cause
Yeah.
I feel like we are not like everyone else. So I'm trying to work on advertising, but has our ID
Okay.
on it,
Yeah. Okay.
What about you?
Well,
How you feel about your 2026?
2026, well, to kind of answer the same questions, 2025, I learned a lot of resilience. I've trained with you, trained at other gyms. I'm getting into martial arts more seriously. How it applies in the gyms, there's this proverb, and it talks about he who controls his spirit is greater than who takes a city. To me, that was very important in 2025 because there was a lot of times I was tested in the gym and outside of the gym, having a family, to control myself. And what I mean by that is having self-control. It's easier said than done, of course. So closing out 2025, going through all the struggles of training in the gym, whether it be weights, MMA, and then relating that to, outside, I felt that I was able to control myself, especially because of the training of MMA. I was able to control myself outside of the doors, which was very important to me because I haven't always been like that. I think I read somewhere on Instagram one time, someone said, you never understand the amount of violence it took to become this peaceful. I'm sure you've seen that one on Instagram. But it's very true, for me at least.
Totally.
And going into 2026, someone said, you know, especially for the gym, when you go into the gym, yeah, you want to have fun and this and that, but you have to take and put the fun aside sometimes and really lock in with discipline. So my 2026 in every aspect is locking in, being disciplined, and kind of taking the fun out of it so that I can apply more of a serious approach.
It's amazing. Like it's fun part is like what we're talking about right now. Like so many men, especially women as well, but so many men are struggling right now mentally. You know what I mean? Like, and then people they don't understand how important a gym, especially martial art gyms, can help you and guide you, during this struggle because you know how it is. Like you train one, twice, and you get in the routine, and you miss one or two classes, your mood changes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you feel like you need that. Like man, I need to go to the gym, and then you go to the gym, you train, and you come back for your wife, your family in a different mood. So your energy now is all to take care, to provide for a family, for yourself. Besides, you be stressed out, and you get out your house, and you come back to your house even more stressed. You know what I mean? Like, it's not just like it's not a train to be a fighter. You train like a fighter if you want, of course. Everybody is capable for that, but this is not the point. You train for body and mind being the same line. You know what I mean? To find balance, and this is what was a big struggle for me and some friends. So it's exactly like that. Like they don't know what can I do, man. I'm so stressed out. What can I do? Man, go to the gym. People think it's a joke, but when they go to the gym and they get in their routine and they have it, they're like, oh man, Paulo was kind of right. You know what I mean? Like it's fun this part, and people don't talk about it.
Right.
Especially men, they don't want to open. They don't want to talk about it. I'm too tough. I can't talk about that. Of course we can. We need. It's not about we can. We should talk a little bit more. Like I have no problem to talk. Also have no problem to recognize when I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So, as a man, it's not about business. It's not about market. As a man, we, in my opinion, we need to understand when we do something wrong, recognize we did that wrong and fix it. Being a dad, especially, man, how can you teach your kids? How can I teach my kids to be a man? To be a good girl over there in the house. How can I teach my students if I am not doing that? You know what I mean? If I don't get the concept. It's kind of fun we talk about because this is exactly like talking of some friends a couple weeks ago. This is something big right now, mental struggle.
Yes. Mental struggle?
It's crazy, man. Like it's for and like I say, boys and girls, but especially for the men because they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah. Well, that's actually a good point. So what do you think anyone that's listening that's struggling with a mental health, maybe they don't even know what MMA is, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu, where can someone that is struggling, has tried therapy, has tried everything, but like you're saying, moving the body and this and that, where can they just even start? What's the start point? Because I don't know about you, but when I started going from heavyweight training, which was good, into the martial arts, and I'm not just saying this, like my whole life changed, and I've never been more disciplined, satisfied, right? So where can someone that doesn't even know where to start, in your opinion?
In my opinion, they should search for a gym, not so far from your house. Visit the gym to see the environment. How because so many different people, we are all different. So you need to see how if that vibe, that energy match with yours.
Okay.
It's not about brands. Like for me, every gym can be the best gym, and every gym has the right to be called the best gym. If that gym is good for you, guess what? That's the best gym for you.
Point.
So to see how they're gonna treat you and how the coach teach the class, how they welcome the students, this kind of stuff. Was in the end of the day, this make a giant difference.
It does.
Giant difference between as a person, not just as a number. And then also you can try like, I'm curious about Muay Thai. Okay, Muay Thai, but what about Jiu-Jitsu?
Right.
What about boxing? What about wrestling? Like, it's not about Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. Like, of course, those are the flags. I'm used to and I defend for my whole life, especially Muay Thai. But this is not the point. Is start right. So try the class and see what you like. Maybe you're gonna look for Jiu-Jitsu, but you like more than Muay Thai, or you're looking for Muay Thai, but you try Jiu-Jitsu. Man, this is like what I need. So be open, be humble, and and just try, man. Because I think every coach just needs the student to try,
Okay.
and learn. It's part of the process.
It makes sense. I mean, coming from a gym owner, you've been doing this your whole life. I actually like that you said that. I think something, at least when I was a powerlifter 10 years, my coaches always said half the battle is showing up. And I'm sure that applies to this world too. And I mean, for me personally, when I first started getting into the martial arts, I was a little afraid to go into these gyms. These guys looked intimidating. But you know what? Some of the nicest people I've ever met. So I think, like you said, just start. Find a gym that's close to your house. I think that's super important. And now with that said, where do you think, like on an emotional base, that this all ties in? I know we kind of talked about earlier the importance of it, but how can we get on a deeper level of the emotional regulation? Because for me, having kids and all, I've seen that the martial arts has helped them in school, in their everyday life, and helped control their emotional regulations. So to kind of go into that deeper, as a coach, as a gym owner, what do you think is the best way to emotionally regulate yourself?
Myself, like for me, like the emotional, like it's a roller coaster.
It is.
So we never know. Sometimes we woke up in a very different mood. I even know why. But the thing is, like, we need to understand that is my issue, my problem. It's not. I can't get out of my bed and treat my wife and my kids bad, my friends. And we need to understand when this happened and try to find a balance. And this is where, in my opinion, the training comes. It's the perfect match. Like, oh, I'm feeling bad. So guess what? That day has a giant chance to be your best day about training.
Okay.
And you will come home like refreshed, like your mind open, you way happier, and to have your battles, to have your fights. I always say from the door inside the gym, you don't have problems anymore. That moment is your moment. That hour is your hour. You have to forget about the problems and dedicate that hour for yourself.
Yeah.
Like to do your best. That's it. Go, okay, finish. You will feel better. You will feel proud of yourself. And then when you leave the gym, you are absolutely, well, I'm tired. Maybe you're tired physically, but mentally you're not anymore. It's way better. So now your second round outside the door, you're ready for it.
Yeah.
Like this is how people need to understand. Like this is how I understand when I started as a kid, and then back in the days it was way different. In the 90s, like the mentality is different. Like before, like you talk about, like very intimidating, and not everybody, basically just men. Right now 75-85% is just women.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
All the men most of them like migrating for more about like bodybuilding, like more weightlifting area.
Yeah.
And some of them still in the martial arts, still a big part, but it's not like before. Like before was like all the guys martial arts, like 80-90%, and 89% the girls just gym, just weight.
Okay.
And now it's had this mix, which is great. Everybody more open mind about that, and then improving martial arts for everybody.
Okay.
Boy, for girls, for everybody. It's not about gender. It's not about that. It's about like humans. We need that. We need to have this controlling emotions. We need to regulate ourselves. And this is why the coach, the gym, is so important.
Yes.
Because I can be the best coach for you, but I cannot be the best coach for your wife, for your brother, which is okay, which is normal. Like, like some people will connect with me, some people will connect with you, and this is great. This is why I don't exist just one gym. There's so many.
Yeah.
So we need to try a little bit more to find a gym who match me for our mindset, our family, our friends, and make happen.
I like that. I really like that. As you were talking, I had a question because I'm going to do my first point touch. I'm going to do my first point touch Muay Thai fight at the end of the month.
Okay.
And I'm a little nervous, right? And you've been doing this a long time. What would you say is the best way to mentally go into that? And especially being a parent, how I can balance everything. Because I'm going to be honest with everyone. I'm nervous going in there, even though I don't know who my opponent is. It's all up here. So what can you say to someone like me to help get past this fear? Because I don't fear is huge in people's lives, right? My life,
It's present.
right?
It has to be there. It's
Yeah.
important to be there.
So what would you say to help me out?
And first of all, like you have to be extremely proud of yourself. Like to be with this mindset. To try to test yourself. In my opinion, who know me personally, they know that. Like I always say, like everybody should at least try to fight once.
Okay.
I'm not talking about professional. Talk
Right,
about, like this. The point to test yourself. To see how you react. And this is amazing. This will put your Muay Thai in a different level.
Okay.
Because it's not about win or lose. If you lose, you're gonna train more. If you win, you're gonna train more.
Yeah, I like.
Don't have any bad way gonna
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
And then beside that, like it's about have fun. And then I always say this here. You have, in my opinion, always like this. You have to throw the first one, just to break the ice.
Okay.
One jab, one front kick, one low kick. To touch the person and see you can touch.
Yeah.
To in a little flow, and then and don't think too much.
Just don't think too much.
No,
I like
just work the fundamentals.
Okay.
Jab,
I like that.
cross, hook, make simple.
Yeah.
And you're gonna make your
Yeah.
points and you're gonna win.
Yeah.
And more than that, you're gonna have fun. You're gonna feel proud.
Right.
And then guess what? You're gonna fight again.
Yeah. Going back to where you said just the fundamentals and just don't think. I don't know about you, but you're a businessman. I am too. Some of my best business has been when I just don't overthink it and I just stick to the fundamentals. And then I look back, I'm like, man, if I would have overthought all of this and that, I don't think I would have done it, right?
Yeah. Some people don't think they want to be too fancy and
Yeah.
they forget where they are and what
Yeah.
and what they are looking for.
Right.
It's too much like how we're gonna look, how we're gonna that. Let's try.
Right.
Like if you in a situation like this, it should be a fight. Like doesn't matter who you're gonna fight.
Right,
You know what I
doesn't
mean?
matter,
Like
right.
the important part is you.
Right.
Levi is the point. Levi
Right.
is the guy. Like let's say you're gonna fight a guy who have 500 fights. Guess what? That day is your day.
Right.
So you're gonna have fun. You're gonna learn. You just the fact you're gonna participate. You feel you have to feel proud of yourself. Your family will be proud of you. Your friends will be proud of you. They're gonna put you in one step ahead. So many people in so many different ways, and I'm not just talking about to be a fighter at all.
Okay.
You're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy, and you will do amazing. 100%.
Thank you. Going back to the fundamentals, I have maybe a couple more questions before we call it. Trying to keep these podcasts 30 minutes with people's attention spans nowadays.
That's too fast.
yeah.
Responding.
So, with the fundamentals of the gym, how does that apply outside the doors? I know I've kind of asked this question, but I really think getting back to that on a mental health level, how does the fundamentals of this apply to outside of the doors? How can you take both of those?
Some people show up in the gym. They want to learn a spinning kick,
Okay.
flying knee, a Superman punch. Then they forget they need to learn a jab. They need to learn how to have their fight stance in the proper way.
Okay.
How can I move forward without losing my balance? How I step back. So this is the more important part. Like outside the gym, it's kind of the same. Like we need to learn how to walk first and then we run.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I can't. How can I be a better business owner if I'm not even being a good husband, good son, good friend? How can you learn this and that if you're not even applying the base, which is see your friend like good morning,
Right.
hi, good afternoon, good night, how are you? But asking for real, how are you?
Yes.
And wait for your answer, not just look at you, hey Levi, how are you? And I keep walking away
Right.
like a robot. Right now I feel people are too much like that, too polite, but not real.
Okay.
They're not asking how you are, they're just saying that to play. You're like, oh hi, oh he talked with me. The person wave to you. It's different,
Right.
like which is okay, but I think we should be more talk the fundamentals in that area, like to make our life easier. Like to be honest with yourself, to be honest with my friend, to be honest with my family. I think in this path, everything flows way better.
Yeah, I like that. Well, shoot, man, I think I'm out of questions for, not even that I'm questioning you, right? I think this was a good episode.
It's a conversation, a
You know,
friend conversation.
Friend conversation. Any last things you want to say? I'll probably have one last thing I want to say.
Man, I want to say for anyone who is struggling right now, be strong, open your mouth to talk with someone. Sometimes we feel uncomfortable to talk with our family for some reason, I don't know why, but you can talk with your friend, and then go for a therapy if you are open for that, and you should be open for that, because this battle we have inside, can make a big damage outside.
Yes.
So not just for you, but for your family, for your friends, and who care about you. So if you have any struggle, talk with someone. Please go to the gym, any gym you feel. It's not about my business right now. We're talking about humans. We're
Yeah.
not talking about. I'm not here to sell my business. I'm here
Right.
to sell martial arts, to sell improvement, to sell health, mental health, and just benefits for our lives. So if you have any problem right now, if you struggle, go to the gym, do your workout. You're gonna feel way better, way light, and ready to your personal battle.
Actually, you said it perfectly. I'll wait till the next conversation we have.
Always.
Right there.